Being productive is satisfying and rewarding, but is it easy to identify when this productivity has a detrimental impact on our working lives, as well as our lives outside of the school environment? Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from My Progression, and this video is all about toxic productivity and how to take control and establish healthy working practices. Educators can and do blur the lines between school and home when we take work home, marking, planning and preparation for lessons, making resources, prepping for assemblies, and I'm sure you can add so much more. So what is the definition of toxic productivity? Toxic productivity is a drive to be productive at all times, not just at work, but in all areas of life. It happens when you push yourself to unhealthy extremes in order to accomplish more, often at the expense of your physical and mental health. Many of you, like me, have not perhaps heard this term before, but can most definitely identify with the definition. Being productive can give you an immense feeling of satisfaction. Being into work early, well planned and resourced for your classes, the classroom's tidy, you feel on top of your day. You have a to-do list which you'll get through, but then the head comes along and asks you to do yard duty because you have a meeting with your colleague. You then have to take a phone call from a parent, which is longer than anticipated, and suddenly you're behind in your productivity and you feel like you're beginning to drown. Sound familiar? Now you end up hungry, thirsty, haven't had time to go to the loo because you have to get things done. If you're asked to do something, you smile and say yes. You're asked because you will get the job done. You're proactive and productive. But at what cost? You're overwhelmed, stressed. Think you're coping. Your sleeping pattern is disrupted. Outside of school, you do little socialising in term time and prioritise work over other events in your life. Physically, you're ignoring that sore throat or that irritable tummy because you haven't got time to be unwell. The holidays arrive and you know you'll be ill. That sore throat you've been ignoring will become a full-blown infection. Or you'll be so fatigued from the hectic term you've just had that you spend the week crashed and burnt out, so unable to enjoy your time off to the full. That level of productivity is not beneficial. It is toxic and creating irreparable damage to your health, physically and mentally. You're on the edge of being burnt out, but still driving forward to get things done. Now, I'm pretty sure this will resonate with a lot of you. So, how do we address toxic productivity and create a healthy working practice? Well, the first step is to identify it. You need to be aware of the signs of toxic productivity. So are you overworked and working more hours than you should be? Working in the evenings, at weekends, and going to work extra early to try and get ahead of the game? Thinking about work constantly and wondering when you'll get that work done? Do you resent that enforced time relaxing? So you've promised to watch that film with your family, but all you can think about is work. Are you struggling to get to sleep as you can't switch your brain off? Are you extremely tired? Not just I've not had enough sleep tired, but emotionally and physically drained. Are you finding yourself not being fully present in conversations with your friends and family as you're mentally listing what you need to do later or the next day? If you get to this stage, you need to take a moment and take action. This is when you need to address the issues. Now, addressing toxic productivity and striving to set healthy practices for yourself and your colleagues can be hard, but it's a step to preventing burnout, recovering from the stress and anxiety you feel, and will then save you from possible long-term effects such as mental health issues, long-term chronic illnesses, and physical illnesses. You can see how important it is to have healthy working practices. There are three main options for you at this stage. Can you reduce your workload? Can you be more efficient? Or can you make changes in your life outside of work to help your productivity? So starting with, can you reduce your workload? Speaking to a line manager about your workload and the challenges you're facing might seem daunting, but it's the best way to work out if you can make some changes. Have you tried saying no? If you are that person who's asked all the time, try saying, no, I'm sorry, but I have too much on, so can you please ask someone else? A challenge, I know, and definitely something I struggle with, but once you've done it, it becomes easier. Schools can demand a great deal from staff, and looking around at your colleagues, it's probable that many are feeling like you. It's hard to address this, but speaking to middle management or department heads can enable them to liaise with senior leadership and make them aware. Speak to your mental health lead for support. Look at yourself and understand that your greatest strength can be your greatest weakness. Because you are a doer and you get the job done, you're then asked to do more. It is a compliment that can turn into a toxic issue. Are you that person? Put strategies in place before you reach burnout. Marking takes up a lot of time. Are there lessons that can lend themselves to verbal feedback, self-marking or peer marking? If you manage to swap out one lesson a week that usually involves a lot of marking for one that doesn't, how much time would you get back? So next is, can you be more efficient? Now, there are many tools you can use to work more efficiently. I'm sure you can find 100 apps that are designed to do this. I use my Outlook to block out all of my tasks for the day. I have colour coding for each type of meeting or task type so I know what needs to be done and when. It also sets a time for each task to be completed. And I always keep some time free for those ad hoc things or conversations that inevitably come up. A good tool for productivity is the Eisenhower matrix. The Eisenhower matrix is known as the time management matrix, the Eisenhower box, and the urgent important matrix. This tool helps you divide your tasks into 4 categories: the tasks you'll do first, the tasks you'll schedule for later, the tasks you'll delegate, and the tasks that you'll delete. We've included a link to a more comprehensive description below. When you want to focus and get things done quickly, music can be a really useful tool. I find that an upbeat playlist without words can really help me focus. Find what works for you though, as some people might find that distracting. Be smart with your lesson plans and make sure you keep things that you can reuse in the coming years. It's much easier if you have a starting point than a blank piece of paper. If you've just delivered a lesson, but you realise whilst teaching that there was a better way to communicate the concept, make a note and update your plan. Otherwise you'll forget next year. Invest time into working out how you can be more efficient. If the workload is what it is and you can't remove anything, then this will be time well spent. And then thinking about what you can do outside of work to be more efficient. Make sure you look after yourself and create time. Why not go to work slightly later a few mornings a week and have that needed morning break, or leave work 15 minutes early a couple of days a week and go for a walk or a swim. Begin to prioritise yourself and what's important in your life and enjoy the little things. It might be tea with the family, it might be doing no work over a few evenings. Assess what's essential and what's not. Have breaks, drink water, eat regularly, go for a 5-minute walk at lunchtime. Do nothing when you get home, or do something for you. Go out and breathe in the air and spend some time in nature. Be present. Keep that mobile phone on silent, or better still, leave it off for a few hours. Try exercise or meditation, or use apps such as Calm, Headspace or Better Sleep to help you wind down in the evening. For more on this, check out our video on teacher wellbeing linked in the description below. And whilst you're there, why not like and subscribe to My Progression and click on the bell to keep hearing more. Keep your workspace at home separate. I'm sure you remember the days of lockdown when everyone was working from home. Make sure if you are at home for a PPA day or your marking of an evening, have a dedicated workspace that isn't somewhere you go to relax. This means you can mentally separate your home from your work. Good staff wellbeing is essential for cultivating a mentally healthy school, for retaining and motivating staff, and for promoting pupil wellbeing and attainment. Schools have a duty of care towards their staff as well as their pupils. If staff are overwhelmed and become unwell, the people who suffer are the pupils and their attainment. A healthy working environment is key to support educational staff as they juggle the demands of all that the role entails. Schools must have policies and strategies in place to support staff and their mental wellbeing. There should be a mental health lead who should be available to you to speak to. Talking about mental health is essential. Schools should have a regular wellbeing survey, so be honest when filling in these forms. If leadership are not aware, they can't help. Leadership should promote and encourage good working practices such as timekeeping, so leaving on time, regular breaks throughout the working day, regular debriefs to support the busy periods of time, and encouraging strategies to help manage them. For example, a colleague in a secondary maths department relays that his head of department insisted that all staff leave on time for a week after a previous week of open evenings and a parents' evening. He said that was just what everyone needed to recover from a manic time, And it also uplifted everyone's spirits that it was acknowledged that it had been a super crazy week. If you feel that you're working in a way that is unsustainable, then you need to address it. Think, what tasks can I get rid of? Invest some time in working out how to be the most efficient version of yourself. Don't suffer in silence. Set clear boundaries for yourself and others around you. Make sure that you put yourself first. A happy and rested teacher is an effective teacher. I've been Natalie from My Progression, and let's keep your career in motion, but at the right pace.